Hello. So apparently I'm having to do, anyways, I still have a storage problem. But I just did a video, didn't record, and yeah. So I was just talking about how I went to Cancun. It was my first time there actually. And I had went on I stayed in an all-inclusive resort, which is super awesome. Do that because it's just so cool. Like, the price is definitely worth it. I mean, we had like 4 or 5 star restaurants that we had to. I mean, there was a French, there was a Italian, there was a Mexican, there was Orient, like an Asian, there was a grill, a steakhouse, there was a normal like business thing, there was a buffet, like a cafe, a fancier kind of type of cafe, but it was like you could order whatever. That was ocean, beachside, poolside service, and it was like really cool. And then all your drinks, everything, you know, I'm not a big alkie, but I did have some. But anyway, so it was just an awesome time. There was shows included, there was everything, super cool. But anyways, I had planned an excursion. Okay, so I had planned an excursion to go to the Mayan ruins to go see the pyramid. We had selected, there was Chichen Itza. Yeah, Chichen Itza was another one, and I got a list of a couple more. But anyways, there's a bunch of pyramids over there, and there's a bunch of like ruins, Mayan ruins. So, but the one we had selected to go to was Tulum. And when I was there, you know, I had set this expectation of what it was going to look like, how it was going to be, how it was going to look, how big it was, because, you know, I've seen all this stuff, whatever. And I honestly didn't research it a lot, but I did see some pictures. But just in my mind, I had that expectation set that it was going to be like all big, and it was really in reality like 3 to 4 stories. So I was kind of like, when I got there, I was like, that's small. What the heck, man? I thought I was going to see some pyramids, you know, like something all grand and big. And it was just kind of, but it was still cool. It's still cool. Mayan ruins, you know, like, damn, it was awesome. And you did enter like the village. It's in a block wall, like barricaded. It's on the ocean side, but it's protected in this wall that they defended, which is super cool in itself. But, you know, so I'm not complaining about that. And it was super awesome. It was a cool experience and everything. But I'm just saying, I set this expectation and I was disappointed. I was disappointed over the size. So basically, all I wanted to do is share with you guys to try to live life of not setting expectations. Because, for example, in my scenario right here, it got me thinking that, it got me thinking that, you know, I had this expectation of how big the pyramids were going to be and blah, blah. So when I got there, it was still a cool experience. Although I was disappointed on the size of the pyramid. And also, like, I thought we were going to be able to climb up it a little, and they had it all gated and you couldn't get into anything. It was just like, you know, a walk thing, but still super cool nonetheless. And anyways, but I had this expectation set, whereas if I didn't have the expectation, I would have just been surprised, kind of went with the flow. If I went with the flow and didn't have this expectation set, then I wouldn't have gotten disappointed. But because I had this expectation set, I did have some disappointment in this experience. But for another example, when I went to this resort, this all-inclusive resort, I really didn't research it much, and I really didn't like look into it a whole lot. But so I didn't have any expectations to it whatsoever. And when I arrived there, I was impressed with it, and it was a really good experience, and I loved it. It was awesome. So that was pretty cool. But, you know, so that's what I'm saying, where I think it's very important for you to live life and not setting expectations. And this is just one example, but it can go on forever and ever on all kinds of scenarios. But I just want to share that with you guys, you know. But yeah, so anyways, have a good night.